could be chasing, but my time would be wasted. They got nothing.
Hi everyone, happy Sunday. So today I decided to do a story time only because I haven't done one in a while and I feel like right now is the appropriate time to do a story time. So I am going to talk about the time that I got robbed at gunpoint. It was the most horrifying, scariest time of my life. Like, I am surprised I didn't faint. So basically what happened was it was the second to last day of my freshman year of high school, and we had a minimum day, and I was walking home by myself. I didn't think that I had anything that attracted attention. I had my little handbag. I didn't bring a backpack because it was, the second to last day of school. I had on some Nike slides. I had on a Nike shirt, some sweats. My hair was pulled up. I was just walking home, like minding my own business. And it's really weird because the same day I had like a deja vu. Like, the whole day just felt really off to me for some reason. Like, it just was weird. And this was before I got robbed at gunpoint. So, sorry about that. So anyways, as I was walking home from school, I just had like this really weird feeling. Like, I didn't know what was wrong. I didn't know why I was feeling this way. Like, my stomach was hurting. I was like, maybe it's just me. So I was walking home, and there's this corner, and there's a 7-Eleven kind of like maybe like 5 minutes walking away. And I turn the corner, and there's two lanes, right? So the cars in this lane, the cars in the right lane are obviously going straight this way, and then the cars in the left lane are going down this way. And the guy that got out the car was the passenger. He wasn't the driver. So the driver was basically like the getaway driver. And the guy in the passenger seat, he was a white male. He was tall, maybe about 5'8", 5'9". I'm 5'4", but I've grown since freshman year, so he was way taller than me. He was like really big. He had on like this Gucci belt. He was sagging. He had on like he had on glasses. I think he had on a bandana. Didn't really have tattoos. Didn't really have facial hair. So so basically what happened was, when I was walking, the guy in the passenger seat got out the car, and the guy that was driving literally just like came by and just like stopped, like out of nowhere. And I was like, okay, that was weird. And the guy out in the passenger seat, he got out and he was like, give me your purse, give me your purse. And I was like, what the hell is going on? Of course I wasn't laughing, but I'm laughing now. But I was like panicking. I didn't know what to do, and I was like in such shock because I never thought that something like this would have happened to me. So he like came up to me with the gun, and he was pointing the gun at me, and he was like cussing me out and telling him for me to give him the purse. And it was really weird because, look, let me show you a demonstration. Where is my okay, let's just pretend that this bottle is my purse. So basically what happened was I had my purse in the same hand as my phone, and you would think that he would want to snatch my phone too. So this is my purse, this is my phone, and he like ripped the purse out of my hand, but he didn't take my phone. So I thought that was really weird, and I like literally was panicking. Like, when I saw the gun, I like almost passed out. Like, I was so freaking scared. I didn't know what to think. I didn't know if I should have ran. I didn't know if I should have just stood there. I didn't know if I should have started screaming. Like, you're just in so much shock, and it was just like, I was panicking. It was horrible. And finally the guy got in the car. They drove off, and I fell to the floor, and I started like hyperventilating. I started crying. Like, I couldn't believe what had just happened, and I was like so hysterical. And the people, I guess, from inside the house that were inside the houses in front of where everything happened, I guess they heard me crying. They heard all the commotion, and there was people like doing work, landscapers outside across the street, and there was people in the car that saw everything. And I like was just sitting there, and heck of people came to me. They were bringing me like water and tissue and like snacks just to help me like feel better and comfort me. And the lady that came out, she was like, "What happened, honey? Tell me everything that happened." And I was just like trying to explain to her what happened while I was crying. And I accidentally called my mom. I didn't mean to call my mom. I was going to call her, obviously, but I feel like I dialed her on accident, or somehow my mom got on the phone. And the phone was like down here when I was talking to the other lady, and I looked down to my phone and it says 3 minutes with mom, and I'm like, what? So I picked it up and my mom's crying, and I'm like, oh my god, I didn't even know that I called you on accident. And she was like, where are you? What happened? And I told her, and then she like broke down at work. She started crying, and like she left. She didn't even take her laptop or anything. She just like left. And I was sitting there, and the work, my mom's work is only like 15-20 minutes from my house. So she drove to where I said I was, and then the cops came, and then they came down. They took a report. The people reported what the car was, what it looked like, stuff like that. Because when something happens so fast, you don't realize how fast things like happen. Like, I didn't know that the guy was like wearing certain pants, or like I wasn't paying attention to any of that, so I was scared shitless. So basically they took down description, everything, and I was with my mom sitting on the ground, and she was like hugging me. She was like, I'm sorry you're not walking home again by yourself. I didn't know that this would happen. Mind you, it was 12:30 in the afternoon, broad daylight. Like, who the hell would think that something like that would happen in the broad daylight? It's just crazy how this world works, right? So anyways, when my mom was there, we went in the car, and I gave the police officer my phone number in case they found something, or anything like that. So when he robbed me, in my purse I had some new Versace glasses. They were prescription Versace glasses. He stole them. My iPhone charger was in there. I had like 25 bucks. I had some change. What else did I have? I had a flash drive with all my pictures from school and like past paperwork that I've done. Yeah, he took that. And I also had I don't know if I already said my debit card, but my debit card was in there, my ID. And I think that was it. So I was in the car with my mom. Like 5 minutes later, I got a missed call from the police officer. And he told me, he was like, hi, I think we found like But anyways, the song is so pretty. I'm sorry, I'm vibing. Okay, anyways. What was I saying? On the shoes. Okay, anyways, like I was saying, oh yeah, I was in the car with my mom, and I got a missed call from the officer, right? And he's like, hey, I think we found someone with the description of the car and description of the thief or whatever. So he is hella dumb. Okay, so you would think if you rob someone, you would want to go far away as you possibly can. He was down the street behind a restaurant. Literally, like, walking distance is like 10 minutes from where we were. And they found him behind there, and me and my mom pulled up on the other side so that way he wouldn't see me. And the police officers, like, were holding him down at gunpoint and stuff. Like, there was hella people watching. And I was on the side, and the police officer took me out the car, and he was like, is this the guy? And I was like, I don't know, I don't remember, I think it is, I'm not sure. And he was like, well, you need to know if that's him. And I'm like, how am I supposed to know? Everything happened so fast, like, I wasn't thinking about any of this. So the people that witnessed it as well that were driving, they confirmed that it was him, and I was like, okay, I truly believe that it is him. So they didn't need a warrant because they had approval from different people that he was the guy who robbed me. So they searched through his car. They found guns. They found bullet rounds. What else did they find? I think they found some drugs. I'm not sure. And they found my debit card in the back of his trunk, but my whole wallet was gone. I don't know what they did with it, but I'm really sad because that was my favorite wallet, and my stepmom got it for me from Dee Dee's. And it was just so cute. It was brown. It had like cute little zippers. I'm just really sad that it got stolen. But anyway, it was funny because the whole time he was denying that he didn't rob me. Like, nope, I didn't rob her, I didn't do it. And then they found my shit in his back trunk. So they took him into custody. He went to jail. So he served 12 years in prison for attempted armed robbery, or for armed robbery. It wasn't attempted because obviously he did it. And yeah, that was very, 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 very scary. To this day, you know, I get nervous walking home by myself. I dread walking home by myself. I get very nervous. I don't like walking by myself at all, and I won't ever do it again. And it sucks because I can't go somewhere without thinking something's gonna happen. And you know, I cannot be scared of the world because I can't control what happens. But just the fact of rethinking that all that might happen again, it's scary having that thought in your head, you know? So every time I walk with someone, I'm always like looking back, hecka paranoid, and they're like, yo, chill. And I'm like, I can't chill, like I'm scared as hell, like, no. So that was my experience with getting robbed at gunpoint. I believe I was 14 when it happened, and I'm 18 now, but you know, I thank God that he didn't pull the trigger, and I thank God that everything happened the way it did, because if he would have shot me, life would have been very different right now, and I probably could have died. I probably wouldn't have died, but it's just crazy thinking about it, you know, and how like messed up people are in this world, and how selfless they are, and effing assholes who have no sense in what we go through as victims. Like, they might think like, oh, I'm just robbing this little girl, but it's like, bro, like, you don't, like, I'm freaking traumatized. I'm traumatized. I am scared of like almost everything. Not literally, but you guys get what I'm saying. It's just like, I don't know, like, I was just so scared, and it's just scary thinking about it. I just hate it, and I'm really sad because all my pictures were on that flash drive and all my schoolwork, and it's just really freaking sad. But whatever, I guess things happen for a reason. But I just thought how everything was crazy because that whole day I had a really, really weird vibe, like the whole day. And that's the reason why I didn't take my $70 to school. I don't know why I was going to take my money to school, but I was like, oh, I'm not going to take my $70 to school today because I didn't feel like it, because I had like a weird vibe. And good thing I didn't, or else I would have lost 70 bucks. But that's my experience. Maybe you guys can relate to me if something like that has happened to you, but it's very traumatizing, and it's very scary, and it's very emotional. Like, I had all my family members calling me, like, they were super sad, they were crying, my auntie called me crying, like, it was just a wreck, and it was such a long process to go through, and I had to repeat everything that happened again to the attorney, and it was horrible. So that's my story time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll be glad to answer. But yeah, have a beautiful Sunday night. Love you guys. Peace.